Well, the Lions were offside on Harper's touchdown run, and so the touchdown counted. The only flag there was against Detroit. Then on the point after try, unsportsmanlike conduct called against Dave Washington of Detroit and Noah Jackson of the Chicago Bears. And since they were both penalized, it has no effect on the ensuing kickoff, which will be as normal from the 35. Tampa Bay leads Green Bay 7-6 in the fourth period make that. A real defensive struggle there, and Tampa Bay with 33 points of offense against Chicago last week, Johnny, and Green Bay's had offense against everybody all season.
A low-scoring game. Pittsburgh did beat Kansas City. That's the final score, 27-24.
And Cincinnati defeated Houston today, 28-13, for their first victory of the season for the Bengals. And a tough loss for Houston, still in the hunt there in the AFC Central. Thomas's kickoff taken by Nat Terry at the 30-yard line, number 30, at the 10-yard line. Gets out over the 25-yard line and down at about the 28. Brian Bashnagel, number 84, on the tackle. First down, Lions at their own 28-yard line. The Lions still lead it 21-17. Next week, a CBS Sports Special will precede the Sports Spectacular at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, the Washington, D.C. International from Laurel, featuring Wewa and Noble Dancer II from the United States, Trillion from France, and Stone from Italy. Outstanding horses on the turf course at 4 o'clock Eastern Time next week on CBS on Saturday. Danielson complete for a first down. That is Freddie Scott, number 87, on the reception. And a first down play for another first down, moving the ball to the 39-yard line of Detroit. Wentford Gaines, the left corner, number 36, on the coverage and the tackle.
Danielson going right to the air. He threw 22 passes in the first half, and he's thrown quite a few in the second half. Usually when a head coach is a former lineman, he's more conservative, but Monty Clark opening up.
They're having fun, this Lions team. You can just sense it. They are playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of spirit. And they're doing the job so far. This is Dexter Bussey. Bussey picks up about 5 before Alan Page and Hartenstein and Hicks combine to pull him down. You know, a team is 2-6. They don't expect to make the playoffs. They didn't when the season began. We've talked about 3 rookies in the offensive line. They're a young, developing team. And when they win a game like last week, I wouldn't want to be the Bears playing Detroit today because, you know, they're fired up saying, hey, let's go out and have some fun. Winning is more fun than losing, which is fairly fundamental, I suppose, and not terribly profound. Second, and a little more than 5. Whoa. Danielson, play action, almost picked off. Intended for Horace King, Virgil Livers. Almost picked it off. Gaines was also on the coverage.
He actually picked out the wrong man. Luther Blue was open about 10 yards farther down the field. You'll notice it as the pass goes. Now watch where Luther Blue is. Wide open about 10 yards down the field. They may come back, but that was a good play on defense by the Chicago Bears. But they did have an open man downfield. We'll see what happens. You talk about intensity. Neil Armstrong should have plenty going for him here now, intensity. The Bears have to win this game to stay in the race, and they just scored. They got back in the ball game. We'll see if they can maintain some intensity to match Detroit's.
Well, this is the play right here where they've got to demonstrate it. It is third down. Incomplete. Underthrown, and Livers, looking for another opportunity at the interception, was kind of between 2 receivers. It was intended for Scott, who was open, but the pass was short. So the Lions will have to punt. Bill Mazer.
Hey, John. They're right near me, and I noticed they're using that slot. They send both their outside receivers to the one side. And as you picked it up, Blue had all the territory he wanted, but they picked him up with a linebacker. Detroit pick on that later?
They will try and go for that if the Bears cover that second down play the same way they did before, yes.
This is fourth down, Skladany. Hits from the 34. Schubert lets it bounce. It hits at the 12 and goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So a good kick by Skladany as the Bears set back in their own zone at the 11. And the Bears will try to get the go-ahead score with a drive from their own zone. Next week, CBS will present these doubleheader games for you. Green Bay at Philadelphia in an important game. The Eagles are losing at last report today, still in their race. New Orleans at Pittsburgh, the Giants at St. Louis. San Francisco will be in Atlanta, and Detroit at Minnesota, and I'm sure the Vikings not looking forward to facing these Lions. The doubleheader games will be Dallas at Miami, Tampa Bay at Los Angeles, and consult your local listings for the games and times in your area. You may only see one of the games due to local blackouts. Roland Harper over the 15 to the 16-yard line, picked up about 5. John Woodcock, number 77, the third-year man from Hawaii, made the tackle. 6th-round pick in 1976. Al Baker, we mentioned his name a couple of times today. He had 13.5 sacks coming into the game today, 4 against the Chargers last week.
Luther Bradley is back in there at his corner spot. He looks like to be healthy.
Mike Cobb, number 87, the tight end, makes a strong side right. Look at all the shifting to adjust to that. Payton goes straight ahead. Oh, he almost stepped through for a huge gain. Woodcock, the man to knock him over with a hand as Walter tried to jump over the traffic.
The Lions seem to be a little bit confused with some of those shifts. Every time the Bears do those multiple shifts, they get a few yardage. You see Payton come through. Woodcock is right underneath him, and Walter then stumbles through and gets forward enough for the first down.
First down at the 22-yard line. Slot formation left. Shadows now on the field. Certainly have to affect the passing game in certain areas. Richards comes back in motion behind the ball. Avellini, deep sideline for Schubert. Bradley bats it around but cannot pull it down. A flag is down, and it'll be interference against Luther Bradley.
Okay, let's take a look as Schubert had Bradley man for man. He just threw it up, was hoping that Schubert would spot it first, and they collided and went for the ball, and they're calling the penalty on Bradley. Here you look at it isolated. Schubert playing for James Scott. Bradley gives him the chuck and then runs with him. Here comes the ball, and now he's calling him right there for pushing off with his shoulder. Looked like a pretty good call to me.
Bradley definitely had contact there before the ball came down. The interference was not called at the point where the ball came down. It was called earlier. And Bradley, big rookie from Notre Dame, takes the penalty. First down Bears, but Walter Payton is stacked up and just got back to the line of scrimmage with a good second effort, or he would have had a 3-yard loss with Newmoff and Al Baker giving him all kinds of heat. It was Baker who finally stopped him. Bill Mazer.
Johnny, I was just going to say that play in front of me a moment ago came off the same slot formation, and they rolled the cornerback up. When you were running out of the flanker spot, catching 93 passes, did you guys run from the slot that much?
Some. We did some.
But not as much as they're doing it now.
Yes.
That seems very effective.
Chicago has a slot formation right, and Richards now out of the slot, motion behind the ball. 2nd and 10. Complete to Payton, and he can't shake loose from Charlie Weaver.
Boy, was Steve Schubert wide open on that play. There was another mistake by Detroit. Schubert was open downfield, down the sidelines. We'll see if the Bears pick it up. 3rd down, key play. The Lions on the spot.
3rd and 6, the ball at the 39. And Cleveland tattooed Buffalo today, 41-20.
So the Browns are 5-4. Buffalo 3-6.
And Houston lost, so the Browns pulled into a tie with 2nd place Houston in the AFC Central. Avellini on 3rd down, deep again for Richards. Williams has him well covered. The ball is overthrown. Walt Williams, number 21, step for step with Golden Richards. Walter Payton, if you're wondering how he's doing, 13 carries for 45 yards rushing. However, he has caught 5 passes for 102 yards. So they're getting offense from Walter, if not necessarily on the ground.
We have to give Walt Williams some credit that time. Golden Richards took off down the sidelines, and it was a foot race, and he stayed with him man for man, with Richards covered him all the way as you look at Walter Payton on the sidelines.
Bears will have to punt. Parsons at his 46. Angling for the corner. The ball bounces and is going to be down by Terry Schmidt at the 2-yard line. The ball bounced right to Schmidt, who was standing there, and couldn't have been a better play by the punter Parsons, just like they practiced all week, no doubt. First down, Detroit at the 2-yard line. Now the crowd here at Soldier Field comes alive. They sense an opportunity with 2:01 remaining, third period. The Lions buried in there deep. The Bears only trailing by 4 points. If they stop them here, we've got a different ball game entirely.
And let's see what Monty Clark's approach is now. Are the Lions still going to wing it, or are they going to play real conservative and try and punch it out?
Gary Danielson, all the way at quarterback, has had an outstanding afternoon. That is Horace King, stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Got maybe a yard. Alan Page was there. Brad Shearer was there. Gain of a yard and a half, we'll call it. Bruce Heron is in at linebacker for Doug Buffone. Heron, number 51. Second down. 8.5 to go. Shadow of their own goal line. Movement apparently by Detroit. Loose ball from the snap. Flags all over the place.
The right guard moved a little bit too soon for Detroit.
That would be Lynn Bodine.
The Bears have a good chance to get some good field position now.
62.
It is called on Bodine.
False start. Number 62 in the offense. Second down.
Bodine drawing the Bears over. We'll see it here. There he moves, and here come the Bears. So that backs him up. The ball now at about the 1. Second and 11. Danielson from the end zone. Almost picked off by Fensick. Intended for Jesse Thompson. Thompson was open, but the ball a little flat. And Fensick, looking for it, would have had a big 6 if he had held on.
Well, Fensick was up close, and that was really a zone. They had him short and deep. You'll see Gaines further downfield, and there's Fensick coverage on the short coverage, and he just couldn't get it up and over the short man.
Donnie Green, former Buffalo offensive line star, 8-year man from Purdue, looking on from the Lions sideline, reserve offensive lineman.
They need a quick kick here. That's a lost art.
That's right. That would be an excellent play. Danielson's going to make a quick throw. Deep, way deep for everybody. Intended for Jesse Thompson, I guess, but that was way, way over everybody. So the Bears have held, and their crowd is reacting to it here. They have got the Lions kicking from the end zone, and no matter where they get the ball, they're going to be in the Lions' half of the field, trailing by 4.
Now, Skladany only have 10 yards to work with, actually 9 yards, so they'll have to have a closed punt formation, which means nobody will get downfield to cover Schubert, which in turn means that Bears will have excellent field position, probably around the 30-yard line.
Skladany standing right under the crossbar. Good kick by Skladany.
Wow.
That short position all the way to the Bears' 42-yard line. Schubert gets over midfield, starts down the sideline, and is forced out at the 44-yard line of Detroit.
Bobby, is it?
Let's go down to the sideline and Bill Mazer.
Hey, Tim, you know, we've been saying all along that the Chicago bench has been dead. The Detroit bench is alive. That defense has picked Chicago up so much in this third quarter, holding the Detroit team scoreless, that now the Chicago bench looks like friends have arrived. Incidentally, I asked Schubert before the game, because he's listed as being from Brooklyn, where he'd gone to high school. He said Manchester. I said, where's that in Brooklyn? He said, it's in New Hampshire.
Schubert here is returning that punt and doing a good job. As we look at that replay, he has a first down for the Bears at the 44-yard line of Detroit. Lions lead by 4. Walter Payton over the 30 to the 23-yard line. First down, and patented Payton. Finally stopped by Jimmy Allen.
Payton cuts back so nicely here through the hole, and there was Charlie Weaver missing the tackle. He went for the ball to try to knock the ball out. Did you see the move Payton put on Jimmy Allen, number 40? Great move by Walter Payton. It's ironic. Last year the Bears were 3-5 at this situation in the season. They came through with a last-second victory against Kansas City. You don't suppose the same thing had happened this year?
Harper is stopped by Neumoff. Not much room on that side. And Doug Woodcock, he got maybe 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
They were 3-5. They beat Kansas City on the last play of the game, went 4-5, and then won their next 6 ball games and went into the playoffs. Now they're in a situation now where if they lose this game, it is all over for this year.
Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score: the Detroit Lions 21, the Chicago Bears 17. We now pause for a word from your local station.
Storm flags are flying for everyone when Archie and Edith spend a weekend in the country with their neighbors. Catch the fireworks on All in the Family tonight at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on CBS.
Sunday starts with 60 Minutes. Then All in the Family turns into Musical Bed. On Alice, it's night school versus nightlife for Flo. On Kaz, Katie's story on Kaz's client causes fireworks.
Sit down, I'm sorry.
Then Lucy is taken hostage on Dallas. It all starts Sunday at 7, 6 Central and Mountain Time.
The Bears have 2nd and 8 to go. The ball at the 21-yard line of the Detroit Lions. They stopped the Lions deep in their own zone after an excellent punt by Parsons. A 55-yard punt by Spladany got the ball to the Bears. Payton is stopped by Woodcock, who is really playing some second half defensively for the Lions. A flag is down on the play. Spladany's punt fielded by Schubert, we started to say, and Schubert got it to the 44 of Detroit. Holding against the Chicago Bears.
Noah Jackson, number 65, cannot believe it. He's a little upset about the call.
Schubert coming in for Baschnagel at wide receiver. And the official still sorting out the penalty.
It appears the Lions are going to take it, which would, of course, give the Bears another down, but they have to work from further out as far as a field goal attempt later on.
Offensive holding, number 65, 2nd down.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, here comes Noah out of the game.
Noah Jackson just threw his helmet down on the ground, coming off in anger, either at being called for the penalty or more likely at being taken out by the Bears coaching staff. Jeff Seavey, number 75, is in at left guard. It is 2nd and about 19 to go, 18 and a half. Draw play. Payton. Stopped by Charlie Weaver. After a gain of about 9, maybe 8, he got back near the original line of scrimmage. Seavey with a good block on John Woodcock.
There's a final score. The Redskins beat San Francisco 38-20, so the Redskins are 7-2 in the Eastern Division. Dallas, having lost to Minnesota, would be 6-3. Now here we talk about 3rd down situations, Tim. The last 2 in key situations, the Lions have not been able to hold them. Let's see if they do this time.
It is 3rd and about 11. Big play for Chicago.
Oh.
Screen pass. Harper with an outstanding catch. Gets away from Weaver. Has a 1st down. Roland Harper made a fingertip catch and broke a tackle to get the Bears a 1st down inside the 15-yard line of Detroit.
Great effort by Roland Harper. Just a little swing pass out there the screen. You can see the lineman coming out. Charlie Weaver gets a hand on him here, but he gets away from the tackle right there, and that was the key.
I gave the Bears a 1st down prematurely. Let's see what the officials say now that they measure. It looked that Harper had rolled far enough, but he is going to be short. And the Bears fans unhappy. But they also want the Bears to go, and I have every idea that they will. Earl comes in. Cobb comes in. That's for the short yardage situation. 2 tight ends and the big fullback Robin Earl, 241 pounds up on the wing for added blocking. It appeared that Harper had the 1st down, but the mark of the ball showed otherwise. So it is 4th and about a foot, less than a foot. Ball spotted at the 14 of Detroit. Johnny?
Here's a spot where the Bears could really surprise Detroit. A little...
Like what, Johnny?
Like a little pass out in the flat or something like that. But It takes a lot of courage when you need just a half yard to keep the drive going. Usually they quarterback sneak in this kind of a situation.
Avellini likes to carry it, and he does, but did they call out, was that the center or was it an offensive guard? There's no flag. There seemed to be somebody moving for the Bears.
I think it was the center who snapped the ball, Dan Neal.
Well, then there would be no offside, and Neal was really firing out there. The next thing is, did Avellini get the necessary yardage?
Back away from it. Everybody back away from it.
You can hear the referee.
He appears to be slightly short.
It was fourth down.
I think the Lions are going to take over.
Fourth down. Wait till Sid's ready. Wait.
Really close.
A fired up Lions defense leaves the field. The Bears fell short, and the Lions have stopped them in a critical situation.
Even though Neal wasn't offside, he moved forward so quickly, I think that it might have crossed Avellini up for a second. See, he's gone. Avellini wasn't quite expecting the ball, it appears, and he went forward but didn't have the momentum he needed, and he fell short. The Lions have held, now have the ball, leading 21-17.
In 1959, after 12 years of success, a great jazz saxophonist decided he wasn't good enough. Sonny Rollins dropped out of the music business. Night after night, he stood alone on the Brooklyn Bridge and practiced. For months, he blew his music to the stars. And when he felt the time was right, Sonny Rollins came back to his public. Since then, his records have earned the highest acclaim. And today, Sonny Rollins is, at last, good enough. This uncompromising dedication to music is something Pioneer understands. So we design our hi-fi components to let you get everything out of music that a musician puts into it. That's what's made us #1 today with people who care about music. Pioneer, we bring it back alive.
Neil Armstrong has got to say what is going on. Every time we need the big one, we come up short one way or another. Monty Clark says, hey, our defense is doing it for us today, and we've got some people out of there like Sanders and English. So the Lions take over. First down. Danielson swings it out. Flanker screen to Freddie Scott. Scott out to the 23-yard line before Gary Campbell pushed him out of bounds with help from Wentford Gaines, number 36.
I sure would like to see the stats on how many times the Lions have thrown on first down. This is a wide receiver screen out to the screen man, to Scott. He comes in behind his line, puts a nice move on Heron, and manages to get out and get almost the first down. It's second down and about 1.5 for Detroit.
Heron has seen a lot of action today in the spot normally occupied by starter Doug Buffone. Heron, number 51. Gaines has replaced Schmidt at cornerback. That occurred back in the second period. Horace King trying for the first down, and he has it. So the Lions muscle it on out on 2nd and 1. King did the job out to the 28-yard line before Gaines made the tackle.
Good blocking by number 74, Brad Oates. See, 74, now he's going to block. He'll come into the picture here. As you see the back come back, there's 74 blocking on Tommy Hart, and King gets the first down.
Brad Oates, a fourth-year man from USC, acquired in a trade from St. Louis this year. Most experienced interior lineman, just 4 years in the league. There's a pass complete to Scott. Another first down, Detroit, and it was Doug Plank making the tackle. Good catch by Freddie Scott, the former Baltimore Colt. And the Lions just move it confidently and smartly out of their own zone after stopping the Bears.
Another first down situation. He's got Gaines man for man coming across, and it was the free man, Doug Plank, who made the tackle, but no linebacking help, that's for sure. The Lions are creating a gap in there so that there's no pressure from the linebackers on the short side of the pass.
Horace King of the Lions leads the rushers with 70 yards. He's been effective today. This is Bussey. Trying to cut it back upfield and does a good job. Gets about 5 before he's pulled down. You've just got to admire these Detroit Lions offensively today and defensively because of the way they just stopped the Bears on a critical situation. Walter Payton now has 73 yards rushing, so he is the overall game leader, and King the leader for the Lions right behind him. Second and 5, Lions at their own 48-yard line. 11:50 remaining. Here's some razzle-dazzle, and Hartenstein forces him deep. It is Luther Blue, and the Bears have trapped him back at the 40. So the reverse did not work that time. Hicks and Plank pulled him down. Hartenstein forced him back about 5 yards deeper with his initial charge.
Well, that's going to happen sometimes when you run those plays. They look great, but other times if they don't work, you can lose 7, 8, 10 yards, and that can put you in a real hole. It's now 3rd and 12 for Detroit. 3rd and 13, I should say.
Osborne comes in for Brad Shearer at defensive tackle for the Chicago Bears. 21-17. The Lions lead the Bears. Tim Ryan, Johnny Morris, Bill Mazer at Soldier Field. Danielson. Screen pass. Horace King is tackled. A flag is down. Osborne got him after a gain of only 3 yards on the play. Let's see what the flag is.
Illegal use of the hand right from that spot.
They might have called that on Lynn Bodine, 62.
Illegal use of the hands on the offense.
Holding call against the Lions, so they're going to have to punt. Referee Bob Frederick.
Illegal use of the hands by the offense. Refused. 4th down.
So the Bears get the ball with ample time to go here. They trail by only 4. Let's go to Bill Mazer.
Hello, hello. Here you are. Tim, the one observation I have, the thing that's most impressed me about being on the sidelines, these officials are magnificent. I tell you something, they get in great position and they call a marvelous game, and that's not said gratuitously.
Supervisor Art McNally is going to send you a thank you note, Bill Mazer.
Thank you.
Skledaney punting. Schubert signals fair catch at the 15 of the Chicago Bears, and they will start from there with 10:49 remaining in regulation time. The Lions 21, the Bears 17.
When you farm your own land, the work never ends, but you do it with pride and all the strength you can muster. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, one beer stands clear. Beer after beer. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer.
Introducing a new American road car. The all-new Ford LTD for $79, with more front seat room, more rear seat room, more window area, and more handling ease than last year's LTD. Plus the power of a V8 engine standard. A road car to take you across town or across the country.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
To test drive the all-new LTD on your own roads, see your Ford dealer today.
Next Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, see the CBS Sports special presentation of the 27th running of the Laurel International. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, a peanut special tomorrow night on CBS, followed by Puff the Magic Dragon, and then MASH, WKRP in Cincinnati, and Lou Grant. Enjoy them all right here on CBS tomorrow night. First down, Bears. Pitch out, Peyton. Hit by O'Neal, flag down, and we have now had a plethora of penalties here in the second half after a relatively scant number in the first half. Peyton got about 3 on the carry before O'Neal stopped him.
From the reaction of Detroit, you can tell that it's against the Chicago Bears.
All right, crack back.
Illegal crackback block. We didn't get the number, but it's against the Bears. Blocking for Walter Payton. Lions will take the penalty with gratitude. Bashnagel brings the play in. Schubert goes out.
When you crack back, you've got to hit them high.
Personal foul. Illegal crackback number 83. First down.
Golden Richards.
10-yard penalty, 1st and 20. So the Bears back farther in the hole here. 10:44 to play in regulation time. Draw play, Harper. Ed O'Neill on the tackle with Woodcock right at the 10-yard line. And once again, let's go down near the Chicago bench where Bill Mazur's standing by.
Hey, Tim and John, I didn't see this, and I just walked by the Chicago bench, and Gary Fensick has a bad right arm. I don't know what play it happened on, and he may be coming back now because he's no longer being treated. These guys are amazing the way they recovered.
We'll watch when the ball changes hands. The Bears hope that is not for a while. They are 2nd and 15, trying to move for the go-ahead points. Harper running hard, keeps his balance over the 20. He'll be short of the first down. They'll spot it at the 23-yard line. And it was Jimmy Allen, number 40, who stopped him there.
Good individual effort by Roland Harper, number 35, as he takes the handoff, going behind Dan Neal's block, behind Walter Payton, who threw a nice block on Walt Williams, and then Harper did the rest of it and got him up close, so they have a chance. 3rd and 2. Another clutch play for the Detroit defense, because they can get the ball back if they stop him this time.
Jimmy Allen, back after a couple of games out with a bad ankle, had an outstanding game last week against San Diego, 2 interceptions. They call him Spider-Man, former Pittsburgh Steeler. 3rd and 2. Harper trying for the first down, and it'll be close, but this one we'll have to see what they call. Official timeout. Looks like they'll need a measurement down there.
Let's take a look from ground level action as Harper hits the line, keeps his legs going, and got very close to the first. He has to get over that line by about a foot, and it appears that he made it.
Bob Avellini using the running attack here. And Avellini 10 for 18 passing, but the running game gets them out of there, and a first down at the 26-yard line.
Tim, I'm right on the line. I was about to tell you before the referee did that it was a first down before they took it out. It was obvious from here.
Thank you, Bill Mazur. And so the Bears come out from the shadow of their goal line and try to put together a scoring drive with 9:10 remaining. They trail by 4, 21-17. It was 21-10 at the half for the Lions. Bears have the only points of the second half. Danielson cooled off somewhat in the second half offensively for the Lions. Walter Payton behind Noah Jackson. Payton dancing and appears to have first down yardage. Good blocking by Noah Jackson. Bradley pushed him out.
They were able to get Payton out there with some running room, and we were talking about Red Grange at halftime. You see an old Red Grange straight arm here by Walter Payton as he puts it on Luther Bradley. Good blocking by Noah Jackson. He stayed with it. Now here comes the straight arm right there. And down he goes, but that's a page of history. That's what old Red used to do. I used to watch him back in the 20s.
I'll believe you if you want me to, Johnny. First down, Chicago at the 43-yard line. Tim Ryan, Johnny Morrison, Bill Mazur at Soldier Field, and we've got a close one here with the Lions dominating early. The Bears now making it close and threatening. Payton on the pass from Avellini picks up about 7, just by battering his way back toward the 46-yard line of the Detroit Lions. Mike Burns, the safety, number 29 on the tackle. And they're going to mark it at the 47 at the 43-yard line.
You can kind of sense it's been gradual, but the momentum of this game in the second half was just kind of, the third quarter just gradually has switched over to Chicago. It seems that Detroit's been on the ropes most of this second half.
Bob Thomas with a little practice for that leg of his. 2nd and 5 at the Bears 43,
fumble.
Loose ball. Oh, Payton got it back and got a first down. Now that is the hard way. Walter Payton is tackled by Dave Washington right at midfield. He mishandled the handoff, and watch the ball come right back to him.
And who do you thank for this one? There's the ball. Whoops, where is it? Come on, ball, right back up. And sure enough, perfect bounce, takes it in stride, and manages to get the first down. Lady Luck is on your side there.
Walter's imitation of Marcus Haynes, I think, there, Johnny. But a break for the Bears. That certainly would have been a stunning turnover that would have given the Lions a great lift. Payton again, and he's got room. Batters his way through Jimmy Allen. First down, Chicago at the 36-yard line.
Tim, Last night, Johnny Morris said to both of us that if they're going to do anything with Peyton, they ought to run him out of the I formation. And, John, you're absolutely right. That's what he did from that. It gives him a chance to look over that defense a little better, doesn't it?
There it is. He gets a chance to look at. Good blocking really helped on that play. And Jimmy Allen was called on for another saving tackle. He's done that time and time again for Detroit.
Walter Payton is now up to 95 yards after a mediocre first half of rushing. He's rolling now. Flanker swing to Schubert. Good defensive play by Charlie Weaver, the 8th-year man from USC who's had a strong game for the Lions. No gain on the play.
Let's take a look at the wide receiver, Steve Schubert. Down a couple, back a couple for the screen, for the lineman to come out and get in front of him, and for him to peel around behind. But Charlie Weaver, number 59, gets through the lineman, puts the clamps on Schubert, and it was no gain. Second down and 10 to go.
Schubert playing wide receiver for the injured James Scott, out with a pulled leg muscle. Second down, and the Lions stop him again. Lots of time for Avellini. It's complete to Mike Cobb. Williams forces him out at the 29-yard line of Detroit. It'll be third down and about 3.
Mike Cobb, who the Bears picked up from Cincinnati early in the season. Avellini over to Cobb, right on the numbers. He takes it out of bounds, and another third down crucial play. And I think in the second half, the Bears' third down conversions have been good. They haven't had that this year.
First pass caught today by Mike Cobb, the second-year man from Michigan State, acquired from Cincinnati.
Here he comes, Avellini.
Avellini is stopped short of the first down. The Lions rise up defensively. Baker is there, number 60, the rookie. Middle linebacker Ed O'Neill, the veteran. Fourth down for the Bears.
Bud Wilkinson wins his first game in the NFL, 16-10, St. Louis over Philadelphia, as the Bears bring in some of their heavy-duty backs. So apparently they're not going to take the field goal, or at least try for the field goal. They got a 4th and 2 situation.
There are no more winless teams in the NFL. St. Louis and Cincinnati both winning today. The Bears are going. Fourth down.
I think they'll pass. No.
Walter Payton, what a play! Number 75, Dave Purifoy, slicing through and giving Payton nothing. And the Lions take over again, twice now having stopped the Bears on fourth down tries in Lions territory. So with 5:06 to play regulation time, Detroit 21, the Bears 17.
You can tell by their style of play, they're now. And you can tell by the way they're getting there, they're now. The Futura is now.
There's a distinctive personal car for now, the 79 Futura, with tomorrow's look right now, space efficiency for now, high mileage ratings that are now, and a sticker price that says, why wait?
The future isn't someday, it's now.
The Futura is now.
Fairmont Futura at your Ford dealers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll all get a chance.
How does it feel to be an amazing new gasoline?
Super. What's his name?
New Mobile Super Unleaded Gasoline.
And I tell you, with my higher octane, I fight engine knocks and pings.
Sir, it says here you're so great, you're also replacing Mobile Premium, huh?
Yes. What's his name again?
New Mobile Super Unleaded Gasoline.
So the Lions again stop the Chicago Bears, this time at Detroit's 33-yard line. Dave Purifoy, their new defensive end, replacing the injured Ken Sanders, made the big stop on Payton. First down, Lions. Dexter Bussey, good hole off right tackle. Picked up about 7 before he's turned back. Gary Campbell, the linebacker, 59 on the tackle.
We still haven't seen Doug Buffone in there much this whole second half. Heron's been playing, and I don't know if Doug got hurt or what the situation is.
I saw him standing on the sidelines down there, did not appear to be hurt. As far as we can tell, it was just a substitution, as was Wentford Gaines for Terry Schmidt at the left corner back in the second period, and Gaines has gone all the way since. Number 36. It is second and about 3.5 for the Lions. Ball at their own 40. Straight ahead is Lawrence Gaines, Bruce Heron. stopped him, but let's see how close he got. Near the first down yardage. Depends on the mark. And they're going to have to measure. Lawrence Gaines in for his first carry. The second-year man from Wyoming, been plagued with knee injuries. 3 operations. Looked like a great one as a rookie. But now back up behind Horace King.
This game is getting short now. There are 4 minutes and 18 seconds left.
Boy, that's close, and it's close enough for a first down. So the Lions pick up a key first down. They want to grind it out, use up the clock. They have had possession for much of this game, and they have made pretty good use of it. And when they've had to stop the Bears, they've done it.
And they gained 273 yards on the ground last week, and now can throw all those 273 yards out. They need a couple of first downs now on the ground or whatever they're going to do to nail this game down.
King is back in. Gaines is out. First down, Lions. Horace King on the drop play batters over the 50 into Chicago territory at the 47-yard line. Campbell, a busy man today, along with Doug Plank on the tackle for the Bears.
Nice draw play action there. And look at the linemen out in front. There is Bodine, Elias, everybody out in front. Straight power ahead football. Almost got a first down out of it. 2nd and 1.
Less than a yard. Down to Bill Mazer at the sidelines.
Gary Fensick playing in pain, which is one of the reasons he's as great a football player as he is.
Fensick back in. As Bill pointed out, he has an injured arm. Dexter Bussey, first down and then some, inside the 40 of Chicago. And this offensive line of Detroit that had been the real trouble spot in the early season has just been maturing game by game, and they're doing the job here today. Baldischwaller, Elias, Thierry, Bodine, and Oates.
Just good, simple, fundamental blocking and good running. And if anybody watched the Lions, I know a lot of Lions fans saw them the first few games, they're going to say, are we ever going to win a football game? Now it has really turned around, and I guess you have to give a lot of credit to Monty Clark.
First down inside the 40. 2:36 to play regulation time. Bears facing their 6th consecutive loss. Lawrence Gaines hit at the line of scrimmage. The Lions not headed for the playoffs, just want to give themselves confidence, trying for their 2nd victory in a row.
Well, we can see some close-ups of that line play action. Good tackle by Gary Campbell, number 59.
Green Bay has gone ahead of Tampa 9-7. 41 seconds remaining in the 4th period. So Green Bay coming from behind with a field goal by Chester Marcol. We'll keep you up to date on that one. It is 2nd and 11. Detroit in Chicago territory with 2:08 on the clock. And the Lions protecting a 4-point lead, 21-17.
Having a problem?
Yeah. Did I forget my Prestone?
Yeah.
Take out the old, put in the 2. Put in the Prestone, Prestone 2.
Protect against freeze-ups and corrosion. Take out old, weak antifreeze and put in America's most trusted antifreeze, Prestone 2.
Take out the old, put in the 2. Put in the Prestone, Prestone 2.
And when you flush your cooling system, use Prestone Superflush.
Sunday, Kaz defends a baseball star, and Katie writes an article that could destroy his case. Kaz at a new time, Sunday at 9, 8 Central Mountain.
It is 2nd and 11. The Bears taking that timeout. And Detroit with the ball at the Chicago 41-yard line. Lawrence Gaines and Dexter Bussey, the Lions running backs. Gaines 38, Bussey 24. Bussey.
Got some running room.
Good blocking out the left side. Loose ball. Heron made the tackle. Hicks picked it up, but play has been stopped. Hicks does not hear the whistle. David Hill is down there to tackle him inside the 10, but Hicks is going to have to come all the way back upfield. Now, had play been called before the fumble? Evidently.
The officials seemed to be pretty sure that he had called it and signaled it was down and dead from the word go on that play, but Tom Hicks did the right thing. Whenever you pick up a loose ball, you never know what's going to happen. So he picked up the ball and said, "Look, Ma, here I go." And he almost got all the way down, but to no avail. Still 21-17.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Where you been? Well, it wasn't easy getting tickets for this game.
Hey, Bob. Eddie, I know exactly what I want. I want the biggest steak you got and a bottle of Lowenbrow.
Steak and Lowenbrow. Dolan, you're a genius.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Here's to the chef. Here's to the bartender.
The new Ford Pinto for $79. A new design for a little American workhorse. New up here, new back here, new in here, and it's loaded. Bucket seats, standard. AM radio and electronic ignition, standard. 2.3-liter engine, standard. Electric rear window defroster, standard. Rack and pinion steering, standard. Front disc brakes, standard. At this low price, the spanking new '79 Pinto at your Ford dealer.
1:59 remaining. Third down, Lions inside the 35-yard line of the Chicago Bears. Our telecast produced today by Bob Rowe. And our director has been Jim Silman. Associate producer Phil Ruskin from WBBM here in Chicago. Our engineer in charge, Marty Murphy. And our outstanding WBBM crew, technical directors Bill Pavarnik and Greg Gressel. Audio, Mike Nahavics. How am I doing with these pronunciations, fellas? I didn't rehearse any of those. Anybody unhappy in the truck?
You forgot Wade Pomerly, Red Grange's friend.
That's right, Wade, Red Grange's friend on camera. Third down, 5 to go. The Lions in charge here. 1:59 on the clock. They have the ball and the lead. Dexter Bussey. The Bears string it out well on the left side. Bruce Heron turning it in, number 51, the left linebacker. And then Fensick coming up to get in on the tackle, along with Tom Hicks, pardon me. Tommy Hicks, number 54. 1:45 remaining on the clock.
The clock has been stopped. It's fourth down. It's a timeout by the Chicago Bears, which is their second.
You know, an interesting thing here, 21 points scored today by the Lions. All of it in the first half. They led to 21-10 at halftime. Same kind of a game as last week when they scored 31 points against San Diego, made that stand up. And today they had enough offense and then some in the first half. If they can just hang on here, this one isn't over yet, but with 1:45 remaining, they are still very much in charge. And so we'll be back here to see how the Bears finish in just a moment.
Silicon dioxide is one of nature's most abundant chemicals. Sand. For years, tons of it have been used to make glass.
Like this old windshield. Today, a Monsanto chemical called polyvinyl butyrol makes your windshield much safer in an accident. No chemical is totally safe all the time, everywhere. But to make driving safer, we need chemicals like polyvinyl butyrol. Without chemicals, life itself would be impossible.
Skladany will punt on 4th and 3. He just kind of bunts it from the 44-yard line of the Bears. Can't keep it out of the end zone, however. And so Chicago will start first down from their own 20.
Well, it seemed like his direction wasn't even good that time. He didn't try and kick it out of bounds. It went not even close to the sidelines. They had a chance to bottle the Bears back up maybe on their 10 or 5-yard line, but it went right on into the end zone. So the Bears have 1:39 seconds, one timeout to go 80 yards because a field goal will do them no good. They've got to score and get on the board. Plenty of time.
1:39, and let's see what they can do with their 1:39 offense. Been a subject of some discussion, as a matter of fact, in the Chicago papers this week about Bears not being able to do much in these situations. And here they are faced with another one. Let's see what they do with it here. The Lions have been strong defensively. Twice they've stopped the Bears on 4th down tries. Cavallini with lots of time. Golden Richards complete, first down at the 40-yard line of Chicago. So they got one, and he's out of bounds. 1:33 on the clock.
The pass blocking held up real well on this play because it took Richards a while to get there, but look at the time he has. Look at the time he waits, and the pass was perfect as Richards ran the flag and then took it out of bounds.
Fine pass from Avellini.
That play used only 6 seconds.
15 of 23 is Avellini today. Outstanding percentage. That has not been his problem. He's been high all season. Avellini pumps once, goes deep for the tight end Cobb. Incomplete. 3 Lions on him. Jimmy Allen. Number 33, Bruce Rhodes, in as an extra back. And number 27, Bradley.
That pass held up long enough that the other Lions were able to drop off their coverage and come over and help out and knock the ball down. And you can see them all there.
So it is second down. 1:25 on the clock. They went for it all there. Let's see if they go for the first down here. Intended for Harper, off the mark. Incomplete. Harper got a hand on it, no more, against coverage from number 29, Mike Burns. Third down.
Actually, it was probably better for the Bears' point of view that he dropped that pass because Mike Burns was right there. He would have been tackled and the clock would have kept going. So the clock is stopped at 1:21. A third down play. Obviously, they have 2 shots at getting the first down.
I'm just going to say to you, John and Tim, how they miss Mr. Scott in this situation on a fly pattern. They've got nobody out but Richards, who represents that kind of threat.
Third down. Up the middle. Oh, what a fine play by Washington. Intended for Schubert. Dave Washington, number 52, the linebacker ranging back, got the hand on it to make it incomplete.
You hit it right on the head, Tim. Washington dropping back, reacted to the pass and got one hand on it because Schubert would have had the reception. They would have had a first down. There's the leaping one-handed bat away by Washington.
Fourth down. Well, now you're going to have the second guessers asking about the second down play, the deep one intended for Cobb. Should they have been trying for another sideliner or something to get the first? Nonetheless, they got to do it here. 1:16 to play.
Uh-oh.
Just got it away, and it's incomplete. He had pressure from Baker, number 60, and it is incomplete. Detroit ball intended for Roland Harper. Dave Washington on the coverage.
Al Baker, number 60, got in, a man who has 13.5 sacks. He's a rookie, has done a heck of a job for the Detroit Lions, and that messed up that play for the Chicago Bears. The Lions have the ball and the lead, 21-17.
Sometimes all those monthly bills get to be almost too much to manage. That's where Beneficial comes in. The all-in-one loan from Beneficial is cash to clean up all or most of those bills.
Well, this is going to use up most of the rest of that clock for the Detroit Lions with first down at the 40-yard line. Following the Bears' fourth down try going incomplete. Time counting down as Danielson just covered it up, took a 2-yard loss. Time ticks away. We're down to 54.
Well, it appears that the Detroit Lions will be 3-6, and the Chicago Bears will be 3-6, tied for last in the NFC Central Division. And
who would have thought it? I mean, it is a remarkable turnabout for a playoff team of a year ago. They've had their problems. They have not made the big plays when they've needed to, and they ran into a buzzsaw Lions team as Danielson covers it up again, and you've got to give them credit both offensively and defensively. I think special mention for the reserves, people like Dave Purifoy, who came in 1 week with the Lions, had a strong game at defensive end. Bill Cook replacing the injured Doug English, and injuries in the secondary to Hunter, making Walt Williams the starter there, and he did a good job today. Mike Burns starting at safety. The Lions have just done it all very well today, and they're just going to take the clock down and out, and it's all over. The Detroit Lions win their second in a row to go 3-6, and the Bears have lost 6 in a row. That's the end of the game and the final score. The Detroit Lions 21, the Chicago Bears 17. We'll be back at Soldier Field in just a moment.
Sometimes all those monthly bills get to be almost too much to manage. That's where Beneficial comes in. The all-in-one loan from Beneficial is cash to clean up all or most of those bills. And chances are, extra cash left over. Just one convenient payment a month, often smaller than those current monthly payments put together. The all-in-one loan at Beneficial, where you're good for more.
At Beneficial, you're good for more.
I'd like to thank our spotter this afternoon, Terry Kane, our statistician, Dick Bossing, and, of course, the public relations staff of the Bears and the Lions for their help in our preparation for the game today. And congratulations to Monty Clark and his Detroit Lions for an impressive victory here today, their second in a row, 21-17. Tim Ryan for Johnny Morris and Bill Mazer. And I think we've got a word from Bill. He's still down there on the sideline. Bill?
Tim, just one observation. We heard a great deal you just said about preparations. It seemed to me that in retrospect, the Lions were better prepared offensively for this ball game, and in spite of all the stunting around that Chicago did at the beginning of the game, it did them no good. And that kid, number 16, Gary Danielson, is a comer. Back up to you, Tim.
Another fine day for Gary Danielson and the entire Detroit Lions team. And so Tim Ryan for Bill Mazer and Johnny Morris saying so long from Soldier Field in Chicago.
This is CBS.